Sarvodaya model is slightly different because it's not based on the cooperative model, but it has integrated other elements of village development, spiritual development, bringing in environmental, concerns, values, and and ethnic harmony, things like in a pluralistic society, what are the things that you need to be concerned about, and ethics, business ethics, all these are much more integrated into Sarvodaya community-based organization model. So we have so far incorporated about 5,400 village societies around the country, including the north and the east. So maybe 30–40% of these societies are functioning very well. So that is a good base for us to build on for the future, both not just in economic recovery in the time of COVID, but also to look at new opportunities for economic development. There may be products and services that these villages can offer in the post-COVID era, because you will need different types of products and services compared to what we had in the past. So it gives us an opportunity to also look at the creativity, innovativeness of even particularly the youth and the women. So I think the future is really based on these community organizations. We can create more opportunities, especially because there are many young people who probably would have lost jobs and coming back to villages. Those women who have migrated to Middle East are coming back after losing jobs. So we can create new opportunities and try out new ways of doing things for villages through this village community base.
So globally around, there's much respect for social enterprises, enterprises which really look at the society and contribute to the society. So social enterprises globally is a very big phenomena which is taking place, because people realize chasing behind profits will not really serve the communities well, it's not sustainable, and it is not healthy. So in this larger picture, Sarvodaya is a big anchor for us, because the respect we get from the stakeholders, the borrowers, the depositors in the village is tremendous. At the village level, there's big acceptance, there's big brand equity, and I can also narrate a small story where in recent times, because some of the finance companies who were lending some villagers, there was hostility for finance companies. But we go to the village, the reception we get is very different to when an orthodox finance company goes, because in certain villages these finance companies have overlent, and they have adopted measures of recovery which are not palatable, which is not friendly, which is not bent towards the borrower. So there's a lot of hostility in certain aspects. But when we go to these villages, even in recent times, we realize that it has been a very friendly approach, because these same villagers who are hostile to others say that we know Sarvodaya, because Sarvodaya has been with our fathers, with our uncles, with our aunts, with our mothers. So we know Sarvodaya. So because of that, Sarvodaya is an integral aspect which is always welcome in the village, and that huge brand loyalty, brand affection we enjoy, and we want to develop it further. So looking at the future, or looking currently, even in Sri Lanka, certain websites which are business portals are doing over 10,000 transactions per day in Sri Lanka, and other countries similar to Sri Lanka sometimes are doing far more than that. So the Sri Lankan story is very vital. So what we are looking forward is the villages that we cover across the country. These are very deeply rooted villages. Currently also over 1,000 odd villages we cover. So these villages, the products of these villages, we'll say in Jaffna, how about the chili powders that they make there, or the saffron in the in the south, or any other product. So we create a business portal where the village society endorses that the product is genuine, this is authentic, it is made in the village. There's a stamp of authenticity and originality is being stamped there by the society. Then you use the village transportation system to bring it from the village to probably a Sarvodaya district center. And from the district center, we will also arrange transport to bring it to either Colombo or a main area that the product has to go. And from there, it can also take the international route. So this entire chain is it is very logical to make, it is not very hard to make, and we believe we have the infrastructure, and that way we can quickly bring the village product to the Sri Lankan markets initially, and then to the international markets. So suddenly you see this making of the marketplace where the society is involved, village entrepreneur is involved, village transportation system is involved, and that entire link gets created. So that is the next step we envisage to be involved.
There are two objectives. One is to comply with central bank regulations and the guidelines given, because all these finance companies should be listed, and the other objective is to raise much needed capital also because of our future growth plans. And one is when we list ourselves, we are more visible, and our numbers are very then our numbers are very visible, and anybody can have access to our numbers. And more importantly, we are looking at a bigger picture of attracting low-cost funds to the organization in order to accommodate the ever increasing demand of these financials. And more importantly, even right now, country needs foreign direct investments and foreign funding, and even the foreigners, when they look at these financial institutions, they want and they prefer the entities that are listed at the Colombo Stock Exchange. So, and we will be able to attract low-cost funding from overseas, and much and bigger acceptance is there for the finance companies that are listed. So I think we are fulfilling that one obligation that we have, and we are reaching out a wider audience in order to fulfill the company's objective and the aspiration of the community in our country.